Mocha, hey. Hey, baby doll. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Not too bad. Welcome back to the show. Well, thank you so much. And welcome back, BOOZHOO crew. Welcome back, Wally Bear. Oh, BOOZHOO. Wally Bear's here, sweetie. Well, BOOZHOO. Merry Christmas, Wally Bear. Merry Christmas. You know what Wally Bear gets this Christmas? Gold star. Gold star for Wally Bear. And Hoa Zagame is here. Zagame is here, sweetie. And we got silver star for Zagame. Silver star for Zagame. It's Christmas time in the city. Oh, and Kaya's here, sweetie. Kaya, you gotta be kidding me. Should we give her the bronze star? Bronze star for Kaya. Merry Christmas, Kaya. And, oh wow, the whole BOOZHOO crew is coming here. Who's this? Enrique, Suave, Dominiquez. Hey, BOOZHOO, Enrique. Welcome back, or welcome to the show. We got a newbie here, sweetie. Well, why don't you introduce the show? Oh, okay. Well, welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. If you're new to the show, we're a live stream podcast going on almost a whole year now of what we like to call a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And most of the time, you know, we'd come on first thing in the morning and, you know, we give like a word of the day. You know, today's Friday. Nano Gisha good. In the Ojibwe language, just kind of count out the week. Oh, it's day number 5, is it? Let's call it Nano Gisha good. The 5th day. But to some of the old grassroots Indians, 5th day means the day you plead the 5th. You know, you don't have to incriminate yourself. It's the 5th Amendment, sweetie. The 5th Amendment. Yep. We're talking constitutional here, man. You know, we're a sovereign nation. The United States, huh? Yeah, I guess. More or less. Kind of. Nano Gisha good. 5th day. Friday. And sometimes we'll tell stories. The old Adazuke, the traditional stories. Some people, they call me an Adazuke Winini, a storyteller. And I might tell something about Ojibwe culture. I might say, oh, you know, in the Ojibwe culture, the storyteller is sacred. You know what that old Keith Sokola called me? What? He said I was a sacred clown. A sacred clown? What's that mean? Sacred clown. It's just a clown who's appreciated by the Indians. Yeah, pretty much, huh? Yeah. But I was known as a sacred clown because I was like kind of an entertainer. I told stories, but also in the Anishinaabe way, they kind of go, you know, there are certain people, everybody has a gift. Some people are good hunters. Some people are good at fixing cars. Some people are really generous at giving super chats, like Michael Scott Werner. Michael gave us $25, sweetie. No way! Miigwech, Michael! Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I've been feeling increasingly uncomfortable about how generous the BOOZHOO crew is being, but I'm just going to accept it. Thank you. It really goes a long way. We appreciate it. Zagame, you keep your hands off the off the super chat button, all right? You'll give too much. But anyway, Miigwech, we really appreciate it. And Gwen's here too. But so everybody has like certain gifts the Creator gives them. Some people can fix cars. Some people, you know, here's a little known fact I learned. Let me tell you something about yourself you may already know, sweetie. What's that? Life ain't all sunshine and roses? Yeah, there's that. But they say that women, naturally, it is in women's nature to take care of children. They want to do that. They have a gift. That is why so many women go into the helping professions, like nursing. Nursing has like 95% women. Because there's something in female nature that wants to take care of people. It's not good or bad. I mean, good, I guess. But a lot of women are being raised to kind of think like men. Oh, no, you should want a career. You should want to be a fireman or a policeman or something. When naturally they're like, you know what? I just kind of want to take care of kids. What's wrong with that? I like being barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. Anyway, I'm going off on my anti-feminism rant again. I know. What's that have to do with anything? Nothing. But, so Keith called me a sacred clown. He said, you got the gift of making the kids laugh. I know how to dance and make a fool of myself and tell stories and, I'm clown around. So, like that. I just told a little cultural tidbit. Share some of our thoughts and our memories and whatever, maybe have a little conversation. We usually do it over a cup of makere mashkiki wabu. Some coffee in the morning. We call ourselves the BOOZHOO crew. The show is called BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Hello, NANABOOZHOO. I forget that not everybody knows what BOOZHOO means, but my name's NANABOOZHOO. This is Natasha. BOOZHOO, everybody. This over here is Michael Lyons. He's a rock star cartoonist. And just briefly, for anyone new, I know the BOOZHOO crew knows this already, but we kind of got our start because Michael was drawing comic strips and books that were teaching Ojibwe language, like Dog and Maingan. Dog and Maingan teaches you how to count to 10 in Ojibwe, and you learn the words for wolf and bear and some woodland animals, and they just kind of walk around. And he had a comic strip called OJIBERISH, which, if we had thought about it, we should have called this show OJIBERISH, but it's too late now. And so, but then people are like, hey, we really like your cartoons, Michael, but how do you say those big words? BOOZHOO OJIBERISH. This is a book he wrote and illustrated. And oh, awesome. How do you say it? BOOZHOO? JIDAMU? You know what? The only word I can read there is bye. What is that? Michael? Michael. It should be spelled like Michael Scott Werner's name. Mikal. What is this? Mitchell? People got confused. And so we decided, hey, you know what? What if I came up and I can pronounce it? BOOZHOO. ZH is like the ja sound in treasure or measure. BOOZHOO. Jidamu. Is like, I don't remember. Well, one A is two A's is Wait, one A is and two A's is like father. So it's more like Jidamu. BOOZHOO Jidamu. Anyway, it means hello squirrel. Hello red squirrel. Misa Jidamu is a gray squirrel. A Jidamu is a red squirrel. And then we just started doing these little 15-minute, 10, 15-minute videos. And then we'd, if you'd like to support the show, click the link and you can buy here's a coloring book by Michael Lyons. It teaches Ojibwe language. Links are in the description. Blah, blah, blah. Give us your Junia money. And then last New Year's Eve, we started to do a daily live stream like we're doing tonight, where we just come on, say hello, tell a couple of stories, teach a few words, check in, hopefully, have a few laughs with the BOOZHOO crew, huh, sweetie? Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. But lately, man, we've really been in the money. We're in the money. We're feeling sunny. I know, I can't believe, I'm not used to it. So I was digging around. I was thinking about money. And you know how like uh, we call money junia. But junia, the root word is jum. Ju. As in juminguani. Juminguani is to smile. You know. Junia is when you get a little money. It makes you smile. And juminaboo, you know, like wabu is a kind of a fluid you drink or you sip. Like makere mush kiki wabu is black medicine water. Ishkore wabu is fire water. Wabu is a sipping liquid, sipping water. Juminabu is like a sipping water that you smile with. I started thinking that's what wine is. It's Jumingueni wabu or Juminabu. Juminabu and Junia. Things there's a root something kind of smiley. It's not the root word's not good or bad. It makes you smile. So I want to say miigwech to all the people who've been supporting our show, especially this last month. But the super chats have been really generous. We really appreciate it. And the people who've signed up on Patreon and all this. It means a lot. And, you know, it makes us, Juminguani. It means, you know, it makes us smile. So, miigwech. Anyway, we're not here to talk about money. Tonight's a special night, isn't it, sweetie? It's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. Nobi ni ba. Anima e geisha good. Merry nighttime prayer day. It is a merry nighttime prayer day. And you say, Nanaboozhoo, what do you mean? Merry nighttime prayer day. I always heard today was the Christmas Eve. Like, yeah, take it easy. That's what we in Ojibwe would call Christmas Eve. And tonight, sweetie, if I can find a background, you gonna do a cool background? Yeah. I would like to tell the story of the first Minobi Nipa Anama Egi, the first merry nighttime prayer day. This is the story of the baby Jesus. Abanujians Jesus. Sweetie. Do 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 do. Is that it? That's all I got. All right. Back in the days of the grandfathers, before they made up Santa Claus, this used to be a night where we'd remember the birth of the Messiah, the birth of the Christ child, the King of Kings, Emmanuel, God among us. Getting just dramatic. Yeah. And then, Satan took over the world and made tonight all about Santa Claus. But I'm here to tell you, back in the days of the Bible grandfathers, an angel of the Lord came down and said, behold, fear not. I bring great tidings of good joy. Or whatever. I bring good tidings of great joy. I don't know. Angel comes to a little girl named Mary. Says, hey, Mary, guess what? You're gonna get pregnant here with God's baby. With Gitche Manadu, the Great Spirit. With the Creator. Creator wants to have a baby, and He's chosen you to carry the baby. And Mary goes, "What? Are you sure? Me? I'm just a little Virgin Mary. I got a boyfriend. It's gonna be hard to explain to him. Joseph." And I'm like, "Don't worry about Joseph. He's solid. Joseph's based. He'll understand." And so, I think the angel's name was Gabriel. Is that Gabriel? Yeah. I heard somewhere that any angel that has A-E-L, like Raphael, Gabriel, Michael. These are all angel names. The angels all have names like that. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So, she wakes up and she goes to Joseph. She says, hey, Joseph, I had this crazy dream. Angel came to me, said I'm pregnant now. And I'm going to have, Creator's baby. And Joseph's like, what now? Come on. He says, no, it's true. Angel came to me, said, hey. He said he had, good news. So go explain this to your family and try to make me not look like a lying, what. So 9 months goes by, and for some reason, Joseph, I don't know if they're married by this time or not. But he's still with her, And she's just big old pregnant. And it's December 24th, in the middle of the winter. Or maybe not. It might be in the end of the summer. Seems more likely it wasn't this time of year. But for the story, let's call it Christmas Eve. They're trekking through, they have to leave Jerusalem for reasons I don't remember. And they end up in a little town called Bethlehem. And they go to the inn there and they're like, excuse me, sir. My pregnant wife and I would like a place to stay tonight. We noticed the Super 8 is the only place open on Christmas Eve. May we have a room, please? Preferably close to the pool. Old lady wants a water berth. And the innkeeper was like, oh, I'm sorry, but you should have got here sooner. It's Christmas Eve. We're all booked up. He goes, oh, really? Come on, man. You got nothing? He goes, I tell you what. Why don't you go out back? We got a little manger back there. You can, I don't know. I mean, heaven forbid your wife has the baby tonight. But if you do, there's some swaddling clothes out there. And, I don't know. You could sleep in the hay. So go away in the manger there. And he goes, okay, well, it's better than nothing. So he takes his wife and the donkey they rode in on. You can see the donkey there. Meanwhile, out in the fields, the shepherds were watching their field by night. And the shepherds had these crooked staves they could walk around with. I'm like, hey, come here, you little sheep. And I don't know if the angel appeared that night or before. But at some point, the angel comes down and goes, behold, I bring great news of good tidings and joy. Tonight, a Savior is born in the town of Bethlehem. Go follow that light. And the shepherds were like, oh, wow. I can't believe it. We better go follow that light. Just then, 3 wise men, they come up riding their camels. There was like an Asian wise man and a white wise man and a black wise man. For some reason, that was a totally multicultural group of wise men. They come riding up and like, hey, fellas, what's going on? I'm like, oh, wow, you guys won't believe this. Angel came down and told us that, follow this star. Have you noticed this star here? And the wise men noticed it. We've been following that star for days. Yeah. Yeah, we know about the King of Kings. We've come here with some Christmas presents. Did you guys bring anything for Christmas? And the shepherd's like, I didn't know we were supposed to bring a gift. Because, yeah, well, you should have had wisdom of thinking of doing your shopping before now. We brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Because that's what babies like. And the shepherds are like, crap. What happened to that little drummer boy? Bring him up here. He can play a song or something. So they get to the manger, and sure enough, there's baby Jesus. Mary had the baby, and she goes, you know what? We're going to call this baby Emmanuel. God among us. Emmanuel. Just like that, the angel of the Lord told me to name him that. And Joseph goes, hey, I got an idea. As a nickname, we'll call him Jesus. And Mary goes, what? No, it's Emmanuel. Read the Bible. And Joseph goes, no, we haven't even written this chapter yet. Let's call him Jesus. Or Yeshua. How about Yeshua? I'll just call him Yeshua. We name him Jesus, everyone's going to assume he's a great baseball player or something. So let's call him Yeshua. She goes, no, his name is Emmanuel. He's my little baby boy. And he's the King of Kings and the Savior of the world. And God among us. That's the whole, read the Bible. But to this day, it's still very confusing what the little baby Jesus was really named. But then they wrote the song. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild, la-dee-da-dee-da-dee-dum. I don't know the words after this point, I don't know them either, baby doll, la-dee-da-dee-da-dee-dum. Peace on earth and goodwill to us all. God bless us, everyone. And this has been the story of the birth of Jesus. Merry Christmas. God bless us all. Good night. What? I thought we were going to fade out there. No, we're not fading out. Oh, crap. That's sort of anticlimactic. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going back. Okay. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Help me, Clarence. Help me, Clarence. I want to live. I want to live. Please, God, let me live again. What are you doing? I'm playing George from It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, that's awesome. Why don't you go outside and play that scene? Okay. You want to teleport me? Okay. I'm going to go outside and play in the snow. Wait, you start. When to teleport? Make it so, number one. Nah. Okay, hang on. Please, Clarence. Help me, Clarence. I want to live again. I want to live again. Help me, God. I want to live again. Hey, George. What are you doing over there? You know me? Know ya? I've been looking all over town for you. You okay? Yeah, it looks like you cut your mouth there, George. My mouth? I'm bleeding. Well, what do you know? I'm bleeding. Zuzu's petals. Zuzu's petals. I cut Zuzu's petals. Merry Christmas. He goes running into town. Hello, library. Well, what do you know, lamppost? I'm going to jail. He's alive again and all he cares about. You kids don't know what I'm talking about. There was a movie. It was all black and white. And George... It was the greatest Christmas movie ever. It's called It's a Wonderful Life. Help me, George. And Clarence was the angel who helped him see that even though his life didn't turn out the way he had hoped, that it was still a wonderful life. He showed him what the world would be like if he had never been born. You know. Well, you're way before its time. It's a Wonderful Life shows like alternate realities. You know, it's like the Matrix or something. I'm going to show you what the world would be like if you had never been born. And it's way worse. And he realizes, his life was really important. La-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. La-da-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Peace on earth, mercy mild. Get your manado. Great Spirit. Oh, I know what I can do. Odapanan niwaya sema. Accept my tobacco. Tonight, I'm going to say the Serenity Prayer again, but I actually brought up the text. This is for anybody who needs the Creator to help them. Grant me the serenity, the peace, to accept the things I cannot change. Courage to change the things I can. And the wisdom to know the difference. Get your manadu. Daga we dukka wishan. Weweni. Ji nana gura wendaman. Ji odapanaman. Inu ge gashki ketosiwan. Ji anji saduyan. Jete apachite eyan. Ji anji saduyan. Ge gashki ketoyan. Jete apachita boakeyan. Je kendaman ono. Ape inge. Amen. Grant me the serenity that only a snowy night can give me. I'm feeling pretty serene out here in the snow. How can we accept the things we cannot change? You know, there are some things. That's one of the things I say in AA. You got to admit you're powerless. You know, okay, there's some stuff that's beyond my ability. I've come to the limit of my ability. I am powerless to my addiction. You know. Guess who's got the power? You know. So they give up their power to the Gitche Manadu. And they say, you know, help me out. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. What can't you change? You can't change it every day you're one day older. You know, you can't change it. You got to accept it. There are some things in life that you'll never change. You know. If Grandma started her journey and, you know, unless you're Dr. Frankenstein, you're going to stitch her back together with electric eels and all that. Grandma's not coming back. Sometimes you can't change that. People die. You got to accept it. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I can't change. I'm getting older. I have to accept that. I can't change if certain people are dead. They're not coming back. You know, oh no, the zombie apocalypse. Well, half of you would like that because you'd be like, oh good, maybe my puppy will come back as a zombie dog. No. There's a certain serenity you can have when you accept that some stuff just is never going to change. Guess what? That's over. That's never coming back. Accept it. But then the courage to change the things you can. People overestimate the things they can get done in a year and underestimate the things they can get done in a decade. I heard this guy, an elder, talking. He goes, you know, you can get 10 years behind you before you know it. 10 years are going to come and go, you know, real quick. Every elder will tell you the same thing. Time speeds up. So, is there something you need to change? And do you have the courage to change it? Most of us are too cowardly. You know, you're afraid to change because, you know, you don't get the courage. It's like, well, if I change, I mean, that sucks, but at least I know what that is. If I change, that's scary because, you know, what then? It's like a lot of people stay in these terrible relationships because it's what they know at least. It's like, yeah, well, I don't know what it's like to be alone. I know what it's like to be in a bad relationship, but so that doesn't take any courage to stay in a crappy situation. It takes courage to change. Quit that job. to come out of the closet and tell your family, yeah, guess what? I'm an artist. I'm a singer. I quit my job and I'm gonna move to Austin. Try to get on that Austin City Limits TV show. I'm gonna start a band. I'm gonna sing my songs and tour the country. Whatever it is. Do you have the courage to change? To leave that man who's no good for you. To quit the job, to start the business. To start your podcast. To get on, to turn on that. You've had that camera that you just plug into the side of your laptop and boom. You got a lot of opinions on the new Spider-Man movie. And if you just would get over your shyness, you could really have a fun podcast where you review movies. How about that? Quit your job, become a movie reviewer, and give your sense of humor and all that stuff. But you got to have the courage to change. And then you got to have the wisdom to know the difference. What are the things you can't change? And what are the things you can? And I would say too, you got to have wisdom of, what are the things you can change, or what are the things you should change? Maybe you're not supposed to change everything all at once. Like your gender. Should I change my underwear? What? You got to change your underwear every 24 hours, no matter what? These are the things I think about. I just don't know. Anyway, accept my tobacco, Great Spirit. Miigwech ka iji chikeanungum. No, wait. Miigwech ka iji kakina gegu ga iji chikeanungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Miigwech ka iji bamada ziyan. And thank you for my life. And, Miigwech bezan dawi. Thank you for listening. I halfway expect him to say something, but I guess the Great Spirit only speaks to Natasha for some reason. I don't know why. Speaking of which, bloop. Hello. Hi, sweetie. Well, hi, NanaBOOZHOO. Are you ready to come home? Yeah, would you mind picking me up? Sure, let me just scan for your coordinates. Okay, I'm locking onto your coordinates. All right. When to teleport. Make it so, number 1. Okay, hang on. Hey, welcome back. Oh, thank you, sweetie. How is it outside? It's beautiful. It's like a picturesque. It's more beautiful than the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Really? Yeah. Well, for one thing, it's not in black and white. Yeah. Anyway, good time for a change. See the luck I've had. Could make a good man bad. How come when I rode a camel in Israel, an Air Force pilot had to steer the camel? It takes 390 days for a camel to be born. Is that right? Did you know that, sweetie? Really? It takes them over a year? Wow. 390 days for a camel to be born. City sidewalks, la 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 la, do 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 do, and on every street corner we'll see. So our neighbor's name is Bev. Yeah, we finally know. I'd like to say thank you to our neighbor, Bev. I don't think she knows about this show. I hope not. But yesterday, our neighbor came over. Neighbor of the last 10 years, and gave us some Christmas cookies and fudge and all that crap. I just threw the plate out after I ate one of everything. Yeah, thank you. But but the good thing is she gave us a Christmas card with her name in it. And I went, oh, that's right, Bev. That's her name. Because it's been 10 years of me pretending I remember her name. And I didn't until this Christmas. So, thank you, our neighbor Bev. And of course, I gave her nothing. I know. That's what I hate about Christmas. Yeah, Christmas is really a time to make you feel like a jerk for not being as nice as your friends. You know, they come over with Christmas cookies and a card, you know, and all this goodwill. Merry Christmas. And I go, yep, yep, thank you. Hey, don't let my cat out. Goodbye. Barely poke my head. I might as well have left the chain on the door. Yes, can I help you? What do you want? Oh, good Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. Yeah. Don't let my cat out. What? What's this now? Christmas cookies? Okay, I'll take those. Thank you. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Close the door on her. I'm the Scrooge this year. I know, we're terrible neighbors. City sidewalks. So anyway, you know who I can't stand? Are you going to say his name? No, that seems rude. But some of you know who I'm talking about. You know that weirdo on YouTube gives local news around here? And it's always like half of a story. 3 cars are on fire in Bemidji today. So far, there's no information on who or where or what. But here's some radio traffic from my police scanner. And he puts out little YouTube videos. And you go, oh, what's this? And you think you're going to learn something about a local news bit. And you never do. You just hear something, it's just gossip. Oh, somebody drove their car in the lake. Oh, really? Where? We don't know at this time. But then he comes out and he does one of those old-fashioned, on Doppler radar tonight, Santa Claus was seen flying over Canada, over blah, blah, blah. And he was playing that dumb part they did when we were kids, where the news guy came out and pretended. It would always be like the weather guy. Ho, ho, ho. Well, kids, Santa Claus was seen in radar. You better get to bed. He should be coming over your house late tonight. The kids, Santa Claus is a huge lie. Government psyop. Your parents are liars and probably Satanists by celebrating Santa on Christ's birthday, okay? Yeah, that's right. Your mom and your grandma are going to hell. Don't say that. You're going to give the kids nightmares. Well, someone's got to tell them. But he gets up there and like it's going to make it more special for the kids. Do you guys even know any children? They don't care about Santa Claus. They're humoring you. When a parent brings their little kid to the mall to get the picture taken with that weird alcoholic in a Santa Claus suit. Ho, 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 what do you want for Christmas, little girl? The terrified child is just playing along because she knows it's important to you. She doesn't want to be up there. That's not magical to get this. You might as well have her sit on Michael Jackson's lap. I've had it, sweetie. I have something that's going to cheer you up. What? Special phone call? A Christmas phone call? If it's Santa Claus, I don't even want to talk to him. No, it's even better. Really? Yep. All right. Caller, welcome to, what line? Line 2? Yep. Caller, welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas, NANABOOZHOO. Merry Christmas indeed. Sweetie, David Bowie. It's the ghost of David Bowie. Wow, what a great Christmas. Hey, ghost of David Bowie, how are you? Oh, I'm doing just great. Just great. Very well indeed. And I just wanted to call in and wish you a very Merry Christmas. Yeah. Well, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. My favorite Christmas song was always the one you did with Bing Crosby. Oh, you mean the little drummer boy? Yeah, the little drummer boy. Come, they told me, pa-dum-pa-pum-pum. I am a poor boy here, pa-dum-pa-pum-pum. Yeah. Peace on earth. Yeah, exactly. Can it be? Years from now, perhaps we'll see. Oh, I so enjoyed singing with Bing Crosby. Yeah, yeah, that was a long time ago. Yes, I remember there was a Bing Crosby had that great dad joke. What joke is that now? You go walking in there and you're like, you're the singer, right? And Bing Crosby goes, well, right or wrong, I sing. Oh, dear me. Yes, I remember that now. Bing Crosby. I mean, what a lovely fellow. A very lovely fellow indeed. Yeah. So anyway, so what's the deal? Are you dead now or not? Natasha referred to you as the ghost of David Bowie. Well, you could think of me as the ghost of David Bowie's Christmas past. You're the ghost of David Bowie's Christmas past? Yes, you see, I've come to visit you this night, NanaBOOZHOO, to tell you that you will be visited by 3 spirits to teach you about your Christmas spirit, as it were. What? No, I joke. But wouldn't that be a laugh if I were like Marley? Oh, you mean like on A Christmas Carol? Yes. Yeah. So what can I do for you tonight? Are you just calling in to make my night because you know I'm such a big David Bowie fan? I mean, except for the rapey child pedo stuff. Oh, you know, you can't let my sexual history, ruin your enjoyment of my music. Can't I? Some of the BOOZHOO crew won't know about this. Lately, I've been kind of cooling on David Bowie because of the book that came out where this lady said she was 13 or 14 when she slept with David Bowie. And I just kind of went, you know what? Yes, well, you have to remember, NanaBOOZHOO, that I was a major rock star and that girls of all ages wanted to be with me. Yeah, that doesn't excuse anything. You should have known better. I mean, it's still a moral thing. Anyway, I don't want to get down on you here. It's Christmas night. You want to learn how to say Merry Christmas in Ojibwe? Oh, that would be quite lovely. In Ojibwe, we say, Minobi ni ba anama e gijagud. Minobi ni ba anama e gijagud. Merry Nighttime Prayer Day. Yep, exactly. Merry Nighttime Prayer Day. That's what we called Christmas. And my theory is that it came about when the Ojibwe speakers were in boarding school and they probably had midnight mass or something. We could have come on at midnight tonight and just did songs. You know, if we had prepared, we could have done like a whole Christmas special with music. Yeah. I'd want to do the little drummer boy the Bowie way, though. Yeah. Well, maybe next year we'll have you on the show. We can do a little drummer boy with David Bowie. Oh, that'd be quite lovely. I'll make sure I call in next Christmas. Yeah. All right. Well, I better let you go, Niji. Would you like to learn how to say I will see you again in Ojibwe? Oh, I'd love to. We say Gigawabamin Minowa. Gigawabamin Minowa. Yeah, perfect. I will see you again. And I'll see you again, David Bowie. You too, NanaBOOZHOO. Gigawabamin, Natasha. Gigawabamin Minowa, David Bowie. All right, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I know. You love David Bowie. I know. I want to be mad at him for all the creepy rock star stuff he did. But I don't know. I'm feeling too Christmassy to be that cynical, I'll keep being mad at David Bowie tomorrow. For tonight, I'm just going to appreciate that David Bowie called our show. Yeah. You know what else would be a good ghost to call? This is what we should have done, sweetie. What's that? We could have done the Christmas Carol special A NANABOOZHOO, BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. But then the ghost that would visit me at night would be like the ghost of David Bowie, the ghost of George Michael, and then the ghost of Neil Peart. Neil Peart from Rush? Yeah, because, he's dead. How about the ghost of Eddie Van Halen? Yeah, that'd be like another good one. The ghost of Elvis. Ghost of Elvis would have to be in a special about Christmas. Yeah. Santa, bring my baby back to me. You want to get up here and say hi or say Merry Christmas to the BOOZHOO crew? Yeah, I'd love to. All right. Let's, here's a Christmas song we did especially for tonight. Speaking of Rush, Neil Peart died a couple years ago. He was a great drummer. He's probably the greatest drummer I've ever heard. Let me just say that. He also wrote good lyrics. And I don't think this is about Santa Claus, but it could have been. Really? Is this Fly By Night? Yep. This is Fly By Night. And Minobi ni ba anime e gishagad. Merry Christmas. Why try? Oh no, why? This feeling inside me says it's time I was gone. Clear head, new life ahead. It's time I was king and not just one more pawn. Fly by night away from here. Change my life again. Fly by night, goodbye my dear. My ship isn't coming and I just can't pretend. Moonrise, thoughtful eyes, staring back at me from the window beside. No fright or hindsight, leaving behind that empty feeling inside. Fly by night away from here, change my life again. Fly by night, goodbye my dear. My ship isn't coming and I just can't pretend. Start a new chapter, I'll find what I'm after. It's changing every day. Change of the seasons, enough of a reason to want to get away. Quiet and pensive, my thoughts apprehensive, the hours drift away. Leaving my homeland, playing a lone hand, my life begins today. Fly by night away from here, change my life again. Fly by night, goodbye my dear. My ship isn't coming and I just can't pretend. My ship isn't coming and I just can't pretend. My ship isn't coming and I just can't pretend. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, on the guitar, Michael Lyons. Thanks. My ship isn't coming, and I just can't pretend. BOOZHOO! Minobi ni ba anima e gishagad. Merry Christmas. What's a Christmas song I like? What is a Christmas song I like? La 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 la. I don't even know if I like that song so much as I like the Charlie Brown Christmas special. Do 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 do. Hark the Herald. That is the same one. I can't even think of the other. Santa, bring my baby back to me. Santa, bring my baby back to me. I don't need a lot of presents to make my Christmas bright. All I need is my baby's arms to hold me round real tight. Now, Santa, hear my plea. Santa, bring my baby back to me. I kind of like the shows we've done lately where we talk about relationships. It's so funny to hear about NANABOOZHOO and Michael's broken hearts. But relationships. In the end, when you're on your final deathbed and you're looking back on your life, you're not going to remember all the jobs you had or the cars you bought or any other stuff, the presents you got. It's going to be your relationships, whether it's your friends or your sweethearts or your family. It's so important. We almost don't, it's like self-evident. You don't have to talk about it. La 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 la. A star shining in the night. Do 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 do. When I was a little girl, I had a classic, childhood, just almost a stereotypical, something you would have seen on like the Wonder Years, Christmas programs at school, choir stuff, Christmas programs at the church, dressing up as one of the shepherds, dressing up as an angel. When I was like 5, I was in a Christmas pageant, and they dressed me up as an angel. I wasn't even like the baby Jesus or anything. I was just an angel. I had angel wings, and I wore a white robe or something. And it's part of the Christmas special. I guess I was one of the angels who was just watching. It was watching over the fields as shepherds or something. Then, about 40 years later, and my grandmother was there. And she never got over it. She thought I was the cutest little Christmas angel she ever saw. 40 years goes by. Now I'm a middle-aged woman bringing my grandma to church. And she runs into one of her old friends. And she goes, "Oh, this is my granddaughter. You remember her? She was the little angel in the Christmas program." And the lady, no joke, goes, "Oh, yeah, I remember." I'm like, "What?" "Grandma, she doesn't remember me 40 years ago. How cute I was in a Christmas." But my grandmother, she was like, "Oh, you're so cute. Everyone's going to remember for the rest of their lives." Even my, my neighbor, who I'll lose touch with for about 30 years. You remember her, don't you? But grandmothers. La 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 la. Do 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 do. And on every street corner we'll see silver bells. Ding dong. That song is ding dong. Silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. But I'm really grateful that I had the kind of childhood Christmases that I did. My mom went all out. We didn't just have a Christmas tree. We had a Christmas tree, and then we had like decorations and lights around the windows. And then sometimes we'd have an outdoor tree that had lights. Each of our bedrooms, we'd have a little tree in our own personal bedroom tree. You go into the bathroom, and there'd be like Christmas candles on the back of the tub or the back of the toilet. It was like Bed Bath & Beyond was the house I lived in for a month around Christmas holidays. And I just thought it was, normal life. Oh, time for let's all go down skating on the lake. And then afterwards, we'll go visit Grandma and make some Christmas cookies and have cocoa. And then we'll go ride on some snowmobiles into the woods. Just classic Christmassy stuff. I was lucky that as a little girl I had a lot of extended family. I would have cousins. You know, at Christmas, I would have Christmas Eve at my grandparents and Christmas morning with my parents and my siblings. Christmas afternoon, might go over to the friend's house and go skating. Oh, and then there's Christmas evening program. And we get a whole week off from school. Oh, there's the Christmas school program, where you get to, you know, give gifts to each other and, you know, they play a movie. This is how rugged my little Laporte school was. So, Christmas movie became a thing. This is back in the good old days before we had YouTube and VCRs and all that. Watching a movie outside of a theater was a rare, special thing. They go, hey, for Christmas, we're going to have a celebration. We can watch a movie all together, the whole elementary, in the gym. We'll put it in a projector and we'll watch a movie together. One year, the movie was Old Yeller. Oh, what a movie. That little boy had to shoot his own dog. Old Yeller. A rated G movie with a message, whatever. Next year, on the old reel-to-reel, you know what a Christmas movie was? Death Wish 2. Charles Bronson. I think it was a rated R movie. It was super violent. You know, we were like 6th graders going, all right, Charles Bronson, man. What a great Christmas movie. Death Wish number 2. I never understood why that was the movie they got. But anyway, it'd be so fun, you know. All the Christmassy stuff. And then when I got older as a teenager, you'd still have the Christmassy stuff, and then you'd, you know, bolt out and go party with your friends down, you know, the cemetery road. You know, exchange 6-packs of beer. Here you go, Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's a whole thing. La 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 do 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 do. Dr. Evils is here. BOOZHOO, Dr. Evils. Minobi nipa anima egi good. You're gonna have a little of the Juminaboo, little wine. Oh, would you like some crackers with that wine? Did you guys hear about the new white wine? We want a casino too. No. The white wine. Junia is a little money. Juminguani. It's just smile. Smile, I'm drunk and rich. Eat, drink, and be merry. Minobi, be merry. Merry Christmas, Minobi. Nipa anama egisha good. Merry nighttime prayer day. La-di-da. La-di-dum. La-di-da. Anyway, I should go back. It really is pretty out here, though. Bloop. Okay, BOOZHOO. Hi, sweetie. You ready to come home? Yeah. All right. Let me lock in on your coordinates, and then I'll teleport you back. All right. All right, I'm scanning your coordinates. All right, I got you. Don't move. I won't. 1 to teleport. Make it so. Number 1. No. Hey, Merry Christmas, baby. I can't talk. Merry Christmas, baby doll. Oh, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, sweetie. So, what do you think? Do you want to make some Christmas cookies and some cider and watch It's a Wonderful Life with me? That sounds pretty fun. Are we gonna open presents tonight or tomorrow? We should open in the morning. You know, it's tradition. Yeah. What's up with these people open their presents on Christmas Eve? That's not our way. Christmas Eve is for nighttime prayer day. Say your prayers. I didn't even pray when I was out there. Let's see who's here, but then we'll say goodnight. Shannon Hall. No way. BOOZHOO, Shannon Hall. Welcome to the show. Sweetie, Shannon Hall is here. Well, BOOZHOO, Shannon, Merry Christmas. She says, I used to be so bummed every Christmas because they made me an angel in the program. Yeah. I always wanted to be Mary, but I didn't look white enough. You don't look white enough to be the Virgin Mary. You know, plus she would have been like Middle Eastern looking. But I didn't look white enough. Hair, light eyes, need to be Mary. Oh, I'm sorry, Shannon. Let's make her one of the greasy shepherds. Slidey Side Ice Slacker says, once upon a time there was an avalanche wearing in Dallas, but it flaked out to GMC. An avalanche warning? Really? Avalanche. They have mountains in Dallas? They always picked one of the blondes. Blondes have more fun, for sure. You know, before this is all over, though, they'll remake the nativity scene with a black Jesus. Black Jesus! Black Jesus! Yeah, you know, read your Bible. Jesus was black. So what? We don't even know what his name was. That's how good that Bible is. You mean Emmanuel? Well, yeah, I know it says that in Matthew, but by the time he's growing up, everyone's calling him Jesus. Then what's this Yeshua stuff I hear about? Never mind. Just worship Santa. I mean Jesus. It's like, sunny day. Anyway, unless you got something else up your sleeve, should we just call it a night? Yeah. Let's try to get on first thing in the morning, too. We'll open our presents together. Okay. Well, everybody, just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for stopping in with us at our little Christmas Eve show. If you'd like to support the show, we've got links. I should get a picture of the links. Yeah. Click the links in the description. At Patreon, miigwech to our Patreon supporters. We also have a PayPal and a GoFundMe. And we have a Super Chat. Miigwech to our Super Chat person today. Who gave us the Super Chat? Michael Scott Werner. Michael Scott Werner, miigwech. And do we also get another one? And Zagame! Miigwech, Zagame! Zagame just gave us $10. Miigwech, Zagame, we really appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Michael Lyons has books for sale, like Little Cutie, Dog in My Ingen, Mixed Blood, an English Ojibwe coloring book, and BOOZHOO Achinamu. And this is a picture of his old girlfriend. But otherwise, if you guys have nothing else, no, that's good. Miigwech Bizandawiyeg. Thank you so much for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. I am Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO. Okay, miigwech. This is Michael Lyons. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow. And I will see you again. Gigawapamin. Minoa. Hoa. Sweetie, 1 to teleport. Make it so. Number 1. Nah.